Hello, I'm Megan Gaines for Comp 218, and this is my persuasive presentation on the educational merit of video games. So for far too long, video games basically have been given a bad rap. Um, they've been looked at as violent and um, full of nonsense, and basically no education. Um, which, there's all types of video games, and some of that is true. Um, but if you look at an overall picture of video games, there is a lot of educational merit to using video games as tools for your child or even adult education. Um, there's a lot of backing to say that video games can help to overall stimulate your brain and to further your thought process. So let's look into some of the ways that video games can be educational. In this day and age of technology, I find that video games and applications are very helpful tools in the education of children, especially with my own child. Um, she uses our Wii system and all of our iPads and other technical devices um, to further her education. Um, she uses it for overall growth and well being. On the Wii, she has quite a few games that she uses for exercise as well as educational play. And on the iPads, she has quite a few educational games, and um, she keeps learning and learning every day from all of those. So to me, video games and applications are very beneficial, as well as some educational TV. So let's look further into some of those merits. So as we can see, video games are able to teach problem-solving skills and creativity. They can help children's brains to develop, and the process by which players customize game characters using their appearance, developing their new game skills, it allows for a creative self-expression. It also helps with learning rules and structure, and it brings out the child's personality and interests, helps you to see who the child is. Video games inspire interest in history and culture. The content of certain games can encourage kids to read and to research. Children can pick up a wide range of complex languages, content, and connections that serve as preparation for future learning of a highly complex nature. They also get to learn about art, history, museums, and so forth. Video games also help kids make friends. Although this seems like something that is unheard of, but Video games actually create a common ground for kids to make friends, and it allows kids to hang out and provide structured time for friends. This is something, especially with kids with learning disabilities, they've said it's easier for them to make friends online rather than in person. So, in contrast to what parents think, most kids see the game as a social activity and not something that's isolating. Video games also encourage exercise. As I stated before, my daughter uses quite a few of her own games as exercise tools. She has a Nickelodeon Fit game, and she has a dance game that she does quite often. And research shows that playing realistic sports video games lead to an increased time spent playing real sports and exercising in real life. And this is all good to combat the high perplexity for obesity. Video games also let kids share the joy of competition, not in a pressing bad way, but in a healthy, competitive way. It's a safe place to express their competitive urges and to give children who aren't good at sports a chance to excel. I was never the best PE person, but when it came to video games and role playing games, technology stuff, that was my expertise. Video games also provide an opportunity to teach. Some children gain status by knowing how to go through all the levels and being able to show their peers, hey, I can do this, this is where you go, this is what you do. And it's a good feeling had overall. It also teaches social communication skills as well as patience. It's a very good thing because kids aren't always the most patient. So if it takes the time, it's a helpful thing for them. Video games also bring parents and kids together. For me, a lot of times, me and my daughter would play the games together, and we were able to sit and learn with each other. Uh, Playing video games side by side really encourages easy conversation, and it can also encourage children to share their problems and triumphs with their parents. It is a special time for us to sit down and play and have fun together. So, as you see, video games are good for parents and for kids. And it's not just the violent fighting games that are out there. There's a lot of education that can be had by a lot of different video games, and not just the educational games, but also diverse games that you wouldn't think of as per se educational. They find that the games are not just for kids, but educational video games are a good way to keep adult minds stimulated as well. That's why they've started coming up with news sites like luminosity.com that just keeps your brain stimulated and keeps you thinking. And it's something that adults can do, brain teasers and hidden games. I myself, I'm a big hidden object game player that helps me to um, keep stimulated, keep focused, and to expand my knowledge. Um, so they're not bad things. I have always liked video games, and I think I will always continue to like video games. And the way that technology keeps going, I think that it will just keep growing and growing and become um, more and more of a learning tool to the stage where you'll have video game systems probably even in the classroom as learning tools. Never know, could happen. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.